In this video I have the Mackie Big Knob Studio and it has a fault. I've noticed that some of the speakers do not play, and the fault is with these two buttons over here. We have a monitor A and a monitor B. Monitor A is for this speaker over here, and then there's another speaker which is also on monitor A, and then monitor B is this one over here. And watch what happens when I fiddle with this switch. It's like there, it's coming through. I can hear it. I'm increasing the sound. The switch is in, but the sound went on, off. Look at that. It's in, no sound. The button is in, no sound. That might be a better view. You can see the button is in, no sound on the left. Watch, if I just, look at that. There we go. See, now the sound is back. And look at that. There's just no sound. And then it came on, off. Right, so I'm going to demonstrate how to repair this, and once I'm done, the button will work perfectly. Right, to open the unit, you just peel off these little knobs here. You just pull them off. They're interchangeable, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. There's the knobs. And now take an Allen key and unscrew that little screw in there. There's a little grub screw here, and I'll loosen it. I can now take off the big knob. Long nose pliers here to remove this nut. The nut and the washer are off. I need to remove these nuts over here. I need to remove all these screws along the back and some on the side. I can now remove this back cover. To get to the items that are over here, unfortunately, I have to remove some boards at the back here. I've removed this, which are those nuts that I removed while I was disassembling. And now I can just unplug this. I need to remove these two screws here to remove this board. And now I can unplug this board over here. So this board can be removed. I'm just going to unplug this. And now I've got access to this top board where all those potentiometers are. But there are some screws which I need to remove. There is the board that has the problems. Now, I'm just going to unplug this at the back here. If you want to get this board completely out, you can just unplug all these terminals here. So all these have been unplugged and I have the board in hand. And this is what the board looks like. Don't worry about that. This is a repaired board. So I just need to get to these switches and I just need to clean them out. So I'm just removing these little covers that are directional. And now I'm going to remove these. I'm just going to put them in the order that I took them out so it's easier to put them back. Alright, so the problem is these switches get dirty and this potentiometer gets crackly, dirt gets inside there. So the very first thing is to just blow it out with a blower. Here is a blower and I'm just blowing it out. You can even press and release the switches while you're blowing it out. I'm just making sure that they're all in the open position. The problem with the switches and the variable resistors is that they have got dirt inside, maybe even corrosion. So I'm using these products to solve this. I'm going to spray in a contact cleaner, I'm then going to wash it out, I'm then going to use this lubricant which protects it. If you can't get these items, it's fine. There's another way. You can use rubbing alcohol or you can use vinegar, but just remember that the alcohol must not have any glycol in. It's just isopropyl alcohol, or you can use spirit vinegar, but you must make sure that it's dry before you turn it on. Right, so the very first step for me is to spray in a contact cleaner. So I just spray it in where the switches are, and while I'm spraying, I'm depressing. And it doesn't need a lot. It's just a drop or two on each one of the switches and the potentiometers. Now what I do is I just press these things vigorously. And I turn these knobs. Trying to dislodge any corrosion or any dirt that has got in there. Now I take my blower and I blow it out. Now I rotate these several times. I press these switches over and over again. I rotate this. Now in this case, I'm just using this wash spray that just washes out the anti-corrosion spray. And I just put this on here just to clean it now. Now I take my blower and blow it out again. And the last step is to just put the lubricant. So I just use the number 61 and that's just the lubricant. And that just protects the surface for future. Right, you need to leave this to dry for a little bit, but in the meantime, I can start reassembling. These only fit one way. There's a little slit on the side, and that slides in on the side of the little switch cover. Now just return this inside here. Return the screws. Return the plugs. Two washers that go here. Then it's screw plus washer. Check all the cables are in and return the cover. Washer, nut, big knob. Just check that all the knobs and the buttons work correctly. They're all working nicely. Now I can go and plug it in and test it. Okay, so here's the unit. It's been repaired and I'll quickly demonstrate it for you. All right, so here I've set the volume up and here I'll quickly test it for you. And notice if I fiddle with the button, there's no crackling whatsoever. There's the mic, and I can turn the volume up and notice. And monitor B.